Hello everybody, we're on the final home straight. Ironically it's the third shirts, not the home shirts. So of course these are the third Chelsea shirts that I own. Slightly less than the home and the away ones, just by virtue of them being the third ones. So there are some gaps that I do need to fill. I will do that whenever I find any for sale. I won't use the 2002-2003 Zenden one because I have featured that in the away shirt because it transferred across. So we will start in 2007, 2008 with this third shirt, which I always thought looked like a training shirt more than anything else. And on the rear, we have Mr. Joe Cole. Joe Cole is one of those players that I feel like people forget he played for Chelsea, or whenever I look back at Chelsea players, and I always forget that he sort of did, and he was really good. Like for a couple of seasons, he was pretty decent. Like we'll all remember the goal against Manchester United that he scored. The one where he sort of like spanned three players one on one and got the goal. That was pretty special. So I do like a bit of Joe Cole. Next one is the following season. It's this yellow one. I must have worn this yellow shirt so many times. It's not really the most appealing to look at, and it's pretty basic, but I wore it all the time. And on the back is lamps. It's pretty standard, really. It's got a bit of wear on the number 8. It's kind of cool. I don't mind a bit of yellow on a Chelsea shirt. So that's that one. The next shirt is the 2009-2010 shirt. And this one's really nice. I kind of like this. It's a bit underrated. I love the horizontal lines, the sort of the silver. I love how the sponsors and the logos fit nice inside it. Got like a little meshing across the sleeves. On the rear of this one, we have the second Cole. Probably the better of the Coles. Asher Cole. What a just absolute legend. Just easily one of the best fullbacks of his generation. Some people may say best. I don't want to start any arguments, but for me, he will be very difficult to surpass. Chilwell, you've got some big boots to follow. Though I'll always remember Dave coming in and sort of coming in as a natural right back, playing left back and outshining Cole towards the end. That's quite prophetic, really. But yeah, that's a cool shirt. This next one is the 2011-2012 third shirt. And on the back of this one, we've obviously got the yellow on the front. Nice little bit of a panel there. And then on the back, we have lamps again. So clearly I didn't have much sort of inspiration that season. That's the only problem. If I see a shirt now to fill the gap and it says Lampard, I'll end up with like 8 Lampard shirts, and it's like, well, I didn't want that, but maybe that's what will have to happen. So now it's the 2012-2013, and we have like the Transformers shirt that was sort of banded around. You've got this weird front panel, yellow again. It was okay. I didn't really think it was amazing, this shirt. And on the rear, we have Oscar. Oscar was one of those players when he first signed, and he scored that ridiculous goal against Juventus. I thought, bloody hell, this guy's going to be pretty special. And the way he teamed up with Hazard and Mata to form Mazakar, the sort of joint team, it was pretty special. And it was a shame to see him not quite live up to what he could have done. Of course, transferring to China, it was like, what could have been, But for the time when he was here, especially at the beginning, it was quite exciting to watch him play. Next up, we have the 2013-2014 third shirt. It's the black one with the sort of silver lines across and this weird sort of textured sticky material on the sides. And on the back of this one, we have Matic. I remember buying this when I think we got Matic back in January. Obviously, we let him go and then we repurchased him from Benfica. And remember watching a match against Man City, maybe his debut, and he absolutely crushed Yaya Toure. I'm pretty certain of it. And it was like, this guy is amazing. And for a season or two at Chelsea, he was like the man. And then he started to get a bit sloppier and lost a bit of pace. I mean, he never had all that much. And he's obviously went to Man United, and he's still playing for them. I don't understand. I don't understand how, but for those time when he was at Chelsea, those first few seasons, he was bloody amazing. This one is probably the worst person I've ever got on the back of a shirt, for sure. And it sucks because the design is so satisfying. I really like it. I love the styling of it. It's a beautiful shirt. But I have Cuadrado. Yes, remember when he played for Chelsea? No? Oh, because he probably only played about 3 games. He came in, what, January again? He was gone by the summer. I'm pretty certain I wore this shirt like twice before he was gone. God damn it. I was so excited when he came because obviously he was like this sort of tricky winger, very skillful and technical, and I thought, ooh, this could be, sort of a nice compliment to Hazard. No. No, no, no. Went to Juventus, and I think he's done okay over there, from what I understand. But yeah, that was a total fail. From a fail to probably a club legend once he leaves. I think that's not unfair to say. So you're Hammer now, and we have this sort of, I don't know what you'd call that. It's like it feels like it's a textured look on the front. You've got the gold patches because of the champion. They were starting to pull off. And on the rear, we have Dave. He's just a pure class lad. Solid in every part of his play. Rarely makes any mistakes. Great captain, as proven at the weekend when Tammy Abraham tried to take the penalty from, well, I suppose, Timo Werner, but also to take penalty taker Jorginho, and Dave just came, stole it off him and gave it to Jorginho. I mean, that's just what you want. He's one of my favourite Chelsea players of all time. He's just a sound guy, never has any problems, and he just seems to be just a genuinely nice person. So I'm quite happy to have him on the back of a shirt. This one is the 2016-2017. And the shirt's a bit meh. It didn't really do all that much for me. Is it this one or is it this one? I was sure that one of the patches was slightly loose, but maybe it's another one I'm thinking of. So you've got effectively a white front, and on the back you have Gary Cahill. I'm probably one of only a few people that has a Gary Cahill shirt, a Chelsea shirt. But he's been a solid player for Chelsea. He's not John Terry, but for a few seasons between Terry sort of being on a decline, sort of, he was pretty decent. So I thought, you know what, let's just stick him on the back. And then as soon as I got him on the back, he sort of fell out of favour with management and ended up leaving. But I think I feel justified putting him on the back of a shirt. So this one is a really nice shirt. It's really different to what I've kind of ever had. It's 2017-2018. Firstly, this is the one with the patches coming off. But in Champions patches you pay for, and I'm sure that came off in the first wash, which is ridiculous. But it's got this weird, it's like a thick side. You've got this strip going on here. I always thought it was like a player issue, but it's just too heavy for it, so it's clearly not. And on the back, you have Christensen. So he was fresh off, I think, a season with us. Obviously, he performed at Mönchengladbach for a couple of seasons. He was, stood out there. And I still have high hopes for him to a degree. At the moment, it seems to be Zuma is getting back to what he was. And obviously, Thiago Silva's there now. So I do find Christensen is going to struggle to get consistent game time, which always seems to be the issue with him. He's either suffering from injury, which seems fairly frequent, or he's got stupid yellow cards like the one against, red cards, like the one against Liverpool. So maybe he will have a career at Chelsea, a future. But I have a feeling he's probably going to be one of these ones that transfers away and does well somewhere else. And then to finalise, we have this one that we showed in the video earlier on. It's last season's third shirt with the classic Nike logo, the red trims, and of course Billy Gilmour on the back. This one we can't really say anything because, well, we've only seen him for about a month, and obviously he's now injured for sort of a medium time period. He's only young, and of course we have high hopes, but we do have that with quite a number of players. So maybe in 10 years' time, this will be an iconic shirt that we've gone for, or it'll be one of those ones where you look back and go, what were you thinking? I did have this season's before, third shirt as well, with Rudiger on the back, but that was taken from me. Totally don't hate that it's not in my possession, but I don't think that's going back. So I'm going to have to replace that one as well. But that's it. They're all my Chelsea shirts until I get some new ones for this season, or if anything pops up. Hopefully this video is a little bit shorter. I think it looks like it's going to be a bit shorter. If you've got any questions or comments about the shirts, do let me know. Thank you for watching if you have. I appreciate the patience of getting through it, especially if you're not a Chelsea fan. It could be a bit uninteresting to some degree. But that's it for the Chelsea shirts for now. I have a shirt arriving tomorrow, which isn't anything too particularly amazing. It's just a very cheap one that I just picked to fill up the fact that I can get a shirt. But then I've also bought maybe the most expensive shirt singularly without shipping, and that one's going to be pretty special when it arrives. I'm really excited, but I won't give anything else away on that one. But that's it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on Friday with a new shirt, hopefully.